Hello friends, I'm Narendra Verma once again with you. As you know very well that we are dealing with the third chapter in business studies for class 12 CBSE syllabus, and the third chapter is business environment. And today we are going to cover the topic dimensions or elements of business environment, right? So without wasting much time, let's start that. See, dimensions or elements of business environment. Very first, I want to remind you something that I discussed with in video first. Okay, in video first we discussed the meaning and definition of business environment, okay, as well as the features of business environment, right? Okay, so when I was explaining you the meaning of business environment, I told that there are various factors working outside the business organization, and these factors affect the business organization. That is why these all factors in totality form the business environment, right? Okay, and the factors can be there of two types, and on the basis of those, the environment, external environment, is also divided in two parts. One was named as micro environment and another was named as macro environment. Micro environment consists of the specific forces like customers, competitors, suppliers, employees, etc., okay, which influence a business organization directly, right, but individually, okay. And the macro environment consists of the general forces like social factors, okay, economic factors, technological factors, political conditions, etc., and these forces affect all organization indirectly, right? Okay, so these all are the external factors, whether the specific forces or general forces, but the specific forces are not the part of CBSE syllabus, okay. General forces are the part of CBSE syllabus, okay. So today we are going to have discussion only on those. So like I have discussed with you, that general forces are social conditions, economic conditions, right? Okay, these are named as dimensions of business environment. Why these are named as dimensions of business environment? Because if you really want to study the environment around your business, okay, if you really want to do analysis of that, then you will have to study that environment through different aspects, okay. You have to see that environment through different kind of dimensions, okay. So there are a few dimensions, or you can name them the elements, which are known as dimensions of business environment, or you can name them the elements of business environment, right? Okay, so what are these dimensions or elements of the business environments? Let's have a look. Okay, so these dimensions are known by economic environment, social environment, technological environment, political environment, and legal environment. Let me tell you something about all these, that these are the in general economic factors, okay, but there are various economic factors that the economic factors themselves form a kind of environment, right? That is why the name has been added here, environment, okay. So it becomes economic environment in total, okay. The same case works for all these, okay. For so many social factors in totality form the environment, which is known as social environment. Similarly here, so many technological factors are working here, and these in totality form the technological environment. Likewise, political environment is also having so many factors in totality, which is known as political environment, and legal environment is also having the collection of lot of legal laws and other factors which are working for the meaning of legal environment, okay. So just to remember them all the time with the full meaning, I have just prepared a simple kind of code. I just write it down here. So the code, you can have a look. The code is very simple: economy, society, and technology politicized legally. Okay, you can just imagine a kind of situation that legally all these things have been politicized. You know very well that everywhere politics is going on. So even in economy, society, and technology, you can imagine the politics, which has been giving the form of legal, right? Okay, so the code is economy, society, and technology politicized legally. By remembering this code, you can remember all these environment: economy for economic environment, society for social environment, technology for technological environment, and politicized for political environment, and legally for legal environment, right? So now let's have discussion about all these environments one by one. So before proceeding further, let me tell you one more thing, that all these 5 environments, or you call them dimensions or elements of business environment, work around a business organization. Means a business organization is surrounded by all these environments, and all the factors of these environment, or you can say the parts of these environment, keep on influencing a business enterprises, right, in indirect manner. Okay, so now let's move on towards economic environment. So what is economic environment? Economic environment means all those forces or factors which bring economical impact on business enterprise, right? Say for example, there is one business organization which is functioning in the environment, okay, and something happens in the environment related to economics, okay, so that is going to cast impact on the performance of that business. Economic impact means the impact related to income, earning, or profit. Okay, if any change is happening in the environment, by this the income, profit, earning, revenue, economic system, financing system of an organization is affected positively or negatively. So that is the part of economic environment. So means economic environment refers to all those forces which bring economic impact on the performance of a business organization, right? Okay, so what are these factors, what are these forces, what are the examples by which we can understand that a business organization is affected in economic manner, whether it is positive or negative? Remember that I am including both the things. Okay, this environment includes both the things. For few organizations, the same factors work in positive manner like opportunities, and for other organizations the same factors work as threats, means in negative manner, right? Okay, but the change is happening in the environment. Okay, the change works as opportunity for an organization, and the same change works as a threat for the another organization. Okay, but all these organizations are affected by these factors. Okay, so now I am just going to write down here, and by I'll have discussion and give you the examples as well related to all those factors which are in the ambit of economic environment, right? So these all are the economic factors which form economic environment around a business organization. If any change happens in these factors, whether these go up or down, these somewhere affect a business organization. Okay, it affects some organization positively and some organization negatively, right? Okay, so let's talk about interest rates. You know very well, interest rate means rate of interest on loan. Okay, you know very well there are various kind of loans available in the market. Okay, banks provides you loan for purchasing car, it provides you loan for purchasing house, and it provides you loan for education and other purposes. Okay, so it provides loan to business organization as well. So if there is a change in the interest rate, whether it increases or decreases, definitely the performance of the business organization is going to be affected. Okay, so that is why it is going to cast economic impact on the organization. Fine. Okay, now we can discuss what kind of impact can be there. Impact can be there like, say for example, the government instructs the banks to increase the rate of interest on car loan. Okay, now what happens when the interest rate increases? Then the demands of car will go down, right? And when it goes down, then definitely it is going to cast impact on the organization which are manufacturing cars. Okay, their sale is supposed to reduce. Understanding? Okay, vice versa, if we see the opposite situation, when the rates are lower down, then more and more people would like to buy a car and the production needs to be increased. Consequently, the sales of the car will increase. Understanding how it is going to cast impact on the organization in positive or negative manner. Understood? Okay, now let's discuss another point, that is inflation rates. Inflation means when the prices of the commodities start rising. That situation is known as inflation. So some commodities of essential natures, okay, on the basis of that inflation is calculated, inflation rate is decided. So if that inflation rate is rising, increasing, then definitely it is going to affect the organization, or if it is decreasing, then also the organizations are being affected. Understood? Now let's move on to another point, rates of savings and investments. Okay, rates of savings, when we talk about rates of saving, means that right now you know that there are various schemes available in the market for saving. Okay, if you want to save your money means you can buy an insurance. Okay, you can invest your money in mutual fund, you can invest your money in shares or debentures. Okay, or you can invest your money in government securities, you can buy national saving certificates, etc. There are numerous ways, right? Okay, so there you are going to get interest on your savings. So rate of interest on the saving, if increases or decreases, definitely the organizations are going to be affected by that. Okay, now let's talk about stock market indices. Indices is the plural form of index. Okay, so what stock market index is showing. Okay, if a stock market index is going high or going low, then definitely the performance of the organization is being affected. Okay, value of rupee, when value of rupee rises or it declines, it is going to affect all the organization which are dealing in the export or import. Understood? Okay, growth rate of GNP. GNP means gross net product. So if growth rate, if GNP rate is going high, okay, then it is going to affect the organization, right? Okay, if it is going down, then also it is going to affect the organization. Per capita income, that these are the terms you must have studied in your economics. Okay, per capita income means on the basis of the total income generated through all the sources in one country is divided by the total population of the country, and the result is known as the per capita income. Whether every person is earning the same income or not, but that is the average income, per person income of the country. Okay, so if the per capita income of any country is increasing or decreasing, then definitely it is going to affect the performance of the organization, because all the economic conditions, all the economic decisions, all the economic situations, systems, whatever is happening in the economy, whether it is increasing or decreasing, if any change is happening, definitely the business organizations are being affected by that, right? Okay, but I have told you that business environment is relative. Okay, in some parts where few organizations are working, maybe possible these are affected more, but in another place where the other organizations are working, these are affected less, and there can be one more place where the impact is very nominal. Understood? But the impact is there. Fine. Now let's move on. Okay, so value of import and export of different items. Okay, so when value of different items in exports or import decreases or increases, then what happens? Definitely the organization which are dealing in these certain items are going to be affected by that. Okay, now balance of payment, this is also, these all are the terms related to your economics, you must be studying them in economics, but even then I explain you in brief what is a balance of payment. Balance of payment is a kind of ledger account, okay, as you prepare in your accountancy. Okay, but that is the account of a country. Okay, at one place we just mention import and another place we mention export. Okay, and then we'll have to balance them, right? If the imports of a country are more, okay, then that account is not balanced, right? Okay, or if the exports are more than the imports, even then it is not balanced. Okay, but when the imports are more, then it becomes the responsibility of every country to balance it, to keep it balanced. Okay, when exports are more, then there is no problem, because every country wants the export more. Whenever the export increases, then what happens? They get the foreign exchanges and economically they become strong. Okay, so if any change is happening in the balance of payments, then the organizations working in export or import businesses, these are affected. Okay, now Changes in foreign exchange services. Okay, so we know very well foreign exchange services are there, because if anybody is dealing in export or import, then definitely it has to be there in the contact of the institutions which are providing the foreign services. So if any kind of change is happening related to them, then definitely those organizations which are dealing in the export or import or international business, these are going to be affected. Okay, now agricultural and industrial production trends. Okay, trends means for a period of 10 years, for a period of 20 years, a kind of change is noticed, whether this change is going in a positive manner or in negative manner. Okay, so that trends, that certain change related to agriculture and industrial production is showing rise, then obviously the organization will be affected, and if these are declining, then also these are affected. Okay, another, money supply and economy. Money supply and economy, if it increases or decreases, definitely these all factors are going to impact the organization in economic manner. Now these points are very much effective for you. Why? Because while solving the case studies, these will work like key points for you. So you need to remember these points, but don't learn them blindly. You need to understand the meaning of these. Okay, and while reading the case study, just understand the impact, whether these points are casting the economic impact on the organization or not. If the impact is there, then definitely you need to give the answer, that is economic environment. Okay. Now let's move on to another environment. So the next dimension of the business environment is the social environment. Social environment means it represents all the values, traditions, social trends, norms, and ethics observed by a society in which that business organization is working, right? Okay, now I would like to give you one example, that so many foreign companies are working in India. Okay, but according to India, they have to make changes in their policies, okay, in their system, because if they really want to attract the Indian customers, then they'll have to offer the things according to their culture, according to their societal norms. If any company is going to violate that norm, then definitely society is going to oppose it, and the organization is going to receive the negative impact of that. Okay, for that I would like to give you an example, that a few years back, that one online company was selling a doormat, okay, having printed the Hindu gods. Okay, and there a lot of hue and cry was there behind that, and people oppose it like that. It was a kind of situation of boycott even. Okay, so what that company did mistake, the mistake was that they did not understand the societal norms. Okay, so if any society is there in which you are going to work as an organization, then you must understand the value of those societies, the ethics of those society, norms of those societies. So you'll have to work according to that. Okay, so if anything happens, something new, if anything is happening due to their traditions, you will have to abide by that. So these factors are there in the environment which are going to affect your organization in social manner. Okay, so that is why these all are known as social factors and forces. And what are those forces, what are those factors? I just write them down here, then we'll have discussion about those, right? So these are the social factors which are going to affect a business organization which is working in that particular society. Okay, traditions. What are the traditions? A kind of old custom system which have been followed for a long period. Okay, these are known as traditions. Okay, and values are kind of certain norms that a society wants to preserve for future. Okay, and social trends means the regular changes, okay, which may be positive or negative. Okay, now attitude towards product innovations, lifestyles, occupation distribution, and consumer preferences. That is very much important point. See, if any organization is producing a new product, okay, it has to anticipate that what will be the attitude of the consumer of the society in which it is going to sell its product. Okay, only then the product will be sold or not, it will be decided. Okay, fine. So consumer preferences have to be taken as priority. Okay, their lifestyle, their occupational distribution, what kind of occupation they do. Okay, just seeing everything that they just design clothes, they just design the products which can be useful for those, right? Okay, so for organization it becomes very much important to understand all these factors of social environment, because their business is going to be affected by only these, right? Okay, now let's talk about education system and literacy rate. That also matters, by right? Okay, in the society where the literacy rate is high, then they have the different kind of demands, and where the literacy rate is lower, then they have different demands from the people who have the higher literacy rate. Okay, so in that way also the business is affected. See, education system really affects that. Okay, now concern with quality of life. Yes, obviously for some people standard of living has to be a kind of status symbol. Okay, and some people just do not give priority to the things which are luxurious items. Okay, so the concern with quality of life, that also matters. Life, male and female are also the part of society. Okay, so in the workforce the involvement of those is important. If the involvement of a particular gender increases or decreases, that also matters. Okay, why the women point is given there? Because it is considered that is a kind of normal phenomenon from the male dominant nations. Okay, like that males are supposed to work in the workforce. Okay, but if the women are also becoming the part of that, then it becomes a social factor, right, which is going to influence the organization. Okay, now consumption habits, that also matters. Okay, what kind of food they have, what kind of things they consume, that matters a lot. Okay, that is why you must have seen that few companies were caught producing ghee with the animal skin, right? Okay, so that is prohibited in India. There is a certain category of people in India that they do not like the material produced with the skin of animals or their parts, right? Okay, so that is the issue. The organization have to consider it, otherwise they are not going to survive in that particular society. Another issue, composition of family, how many members remain in the family and who is having what age group, and according to that the business can do its planning and serve the society, right? So these all factors are necessary. Okay, if an organization is going to function in a society, then it has to abide by the all norms, values, traditions, customs, ethics, culture, etc. of that particular society, right? Okay, so this is all about social environment. These all points are going to help you out while solving the case studies. Now let's move on to another dimension.